I want to look in more detail at how you can figure out how to draw the flat patterns for this hopper. Here's the assignment, and it shows you the dimensions of the pieces when they're welded together, but this assignment asks you to make the flat patterns. And that's what you will give to somebody in the shop who's going to take a big old piece of plate and cut out the flat pieces that somebody else can weld together. So all you are going to give them is a dimension drawing of the side plate and the end plate. You're not going to show them the assembly view, you're just going to give them the dimensioned flat patterns. Let's look at how you can figure that out. So here's a 3D view of that hopper. And now you'll notice that, so there it is kind of from the front. All right, fine. Here it is at a little bit of an angle. And let's see what happens when we take this end plate and we rotate it out vertical. So I'm going to rotate this thing. There's that. Okay. And now if I grab this plate and rotate it down, you notice how it seems to get longer? Here it is sitting at an angle welded to the sides of the hopper, but when I rotate it down, turns out that piece is longer than it looked like from the side view. So let me try this again. Let me do 3D rotate again. I'll select this piece. And bear with me, I'm going to try to rotate it at the correct angle. I hope I can do it. So what do I want? I'm going to try 45 and hope that works. I think it does. And now, if we go to the front view of the thing, there's that piece that we just rotated. The end of this hopper is 45 degrees, isn't it? And there's that piece that we just rotated. See that? Look how much longer it is than this side. Now, let's go up to the other part here. I'll zoom in a little bit. And here's our hopper again. Here's another view of the hopper. Let's now come over here and try to rotate this side piece right here. All right, so 3D rotate. I'm going to rotate that thing around this point. I may need to get it a different angle. I think I do. Sorry about that. Get it a little bit better angle here. Try that again. 3D rotate this side piece. From there, there's my axis. And now if I grab this side piece and rotate it down vertically, look how that side piece is longer than it looked like when we were just sitting at the welded together bent up view. It is actually longer because it's sitting at an angle. Let me try to do that more accurately. Let's see if I can. Bear with me. Okay, I'm going to rotate that one. I hope this works. I'm going to rotate it around that axis. And I think I'm going to rotate it negative 34 degrees. Let's see if that works. Oh, yay! Okay, and so now if I'm going to go up here to this view cube and get a view of this piece we just rotated, look, it was tipped up at an angle. It looked to be about that high, 36 inches high, but when we rotated it down vertical, turns out, oh, it's longer than 36. So there's the rotated piece. Let's go look now at our 2D pattern and see if we can think about that. What I have drawn for you here is the assembled view of the hopper at the top. Notice I've labeled that welded hopper assembly. So these are, let me change back to the 2D workspace. These are the views. These are the views when the thing is welded up. Let me turn on the dimension layer. Okay, so here are the dimensions that you have in your assignment, don't you? You just see that much in your assignment. When the thing is welded up, it's this long and it's this high. It's 36 inches high. Is this this long side piece, is it actually 36 inches high? When you dimension the flat pattern for your shop people, are you going to tell them to cut it 36 inches high? No, that will be too short. So let's see what dimensions we want to give them. This side piece, as we saw when we were looking at our 3D view, that side piece is actually tipped at an angle on each side of that end plate. And to find out how high that is, use the aligned dimension, right there. Use the aligned dimension and measure how long is that sloping side there. That is how high this side piece is going to be. Look here. In the flat pattern, the actual height of that side is this. And it's a lot higher than 36 inches. Let me try making a copy of this thing. And let me move it onto the height of the side layer. So here this blue line is the finished welded assembly. This apricot line, this lighter colored line, is the actual height of that side. See how it's actually, the flat piece is actually longer than 36 inches. Okay, let me turn that off now. That's the height. And let's go look at the height of this end piece. So this end piece, this trapezoid shaped thing, welds onto the two side pieces. How high is that end piece? Well, it's sure not 36 inches high. It's sitting at some kind of angle here. How do we know how high it is? We take our aligned dimension again, right there, aligned dimension, and we measure how long is that line there in the assembled hopper, that slopey line there. How long is that? That is how high this end piece is going to be when you dimension it. And so let me now make a copy of this thing. I'll move it up here, and I'm going to move I just made a copy of the flat pattern of the end piece. There it is. And look how much longer, how much higher it is than the finished assembly view. That's because this piece is rotated in at an angle when we weld it to our hopper, but when we rotate it down vertical, it's actually this long. And that's what we were looking at over here in our 3D view when I think it was this one down here, when we took that end piece and rotated it out vertical. That's when we discovered how long it was. And that's just what we did here in our 2D drawing by measuring the length of that sloping end. That gave us the height of our end piece. And so again, what you want is just a dimensioned flat pattern for the side and a dimensioned flat pattern for the end using these sizes that you found. I hope that helps a little bit. I hope it makes it a little bit more clear, but let me know if it's still confusing, and I can send you a Zoom invitation and we'll go have a look at your drawing on Zoom and see what we've got. There you go, Hopper.